There are moments in life when everything feels heavy, when you wake up and your spirit feels slower than your body. You look around and nothing seems to move forward. It's in those moments that motivation becomes more than just energy, it becomes survival. The truth is, difficult times don't come to destroy us, they come to refine our focus, come to teach us how to use the one thing we all share, time, with precision, discipline, and purpose. When life becomes difficult, first instinct we often have is to resist. We fight what's happening, question why it's happening, waste precious energy trying to change what we cannot control. But the truth is, resistance only deepens the pain. Moment you stop struggling against what is, that is the moment real strength begins to rise within you. Acceptance is not about giving up, it's about gaining clarity. It means standing still long enough to see things as they truly are, without judgment, without panic, without the noise of emotion clouding your view. When you accept your reality, your failures, your losses, your disappointments, you are no longer trapped by them. You step outside the storm and begin to see a path forward. Think of time as a flowing river. The more you fight against the current, the more exhausted you become. Once you accept the flow and begin to move with it, your energy returns. You begin to see opportunities hidden beneath the surface. Is how acceptance saves time, by redirecting your focus from reaction to response. When you're in difficult times, motivation doesn't come from pretending everything is fine. It comes from acknowledging that things are not fine and deciding to move anyway. You can't rebuild your strength while denying the reality around you. Acceptance is the soil where growth takes root. But don't stop there. Don't stay stuck in acceptance. Once you've acknowledged what is, take the next step: alignment. Alignment is when your thoughts, emotions, and actions begin to move in the same direction. It's when you say, "This is where I am. It's not where I'm staying." For every second you spend wishing life was different is a second stolen from progress. Difficult times test your awareness. They ask, where will you place your time? In resistance or in renewal? The choice determines how quickly you rise again. So breathe deeply. Accept what is. Then use that acceptance as a foundation, not a final destination. Motivation begins the moment you stop running from your pain and start learning from it. Power you seek is already inside you, waiting for you to make peace with the present so it can guide you into your future. Dreams inspire you, but systems sustain you. It's easy to be moved by a vision, to imagine a better life, or to whisper affirmations about what you want to become. Yet dreams without structure disappear in the wind. The world is full of people with great dreams, but no system to carry them forward. The difference between a wish and a result is the system behind it. When life gets difficult, motivation fades because emotion alone cannot hold you. Systems are the invisible roots that keep you grounded when storms come. You don't need to feel inspired every morning when your routine is built to move you forward, no matter how you feel. Structure protects you from the chaos of moods and distractions. Think of time like water. It flows whether you guide it or not. Without a system, time leaks away through cracks of procrastination, confusion, and inconsistency. But with a clear rhythm in your day, your time becomes focused power. Wake up at the same hour, train your mind through small, consistent habits, and repeat the actions that shape your purpose. Discipline grows in repetition, and repetition shapes destiny. A system doesn't have to be complicated. It can begin with small acts done with great awareness. 10 minutes of focused silence each morning can bring more clarity than hours of scattered thought. Writing down 3 priorities can prevent you from wasting days on what doesn't matter. Systems transform your time because they remove the need for constant decision making. You no longer wonder what to do next. You already know. Certainty saves energy, and that energy fuels motivation. Most people chase results but forget to build the process. When you focus only on results, failure feels final. But when you focus on the process, failure becomes feedback. You adjust, refine, and move forward. That's how systems turn effort into mastery. Difficult times are not the enemy of progress, they are the test of structure. If your motivation fades, look at your system. What you do daily, you become permanently. So, don't just dream of strength, design it. Don't just wish for success, systemize it. The greatest power of a system is that it moves even when you feel nothing. You don't need constant motivation when you have constant movement. A well-built system saves time, builds focus, and transforms your dream from something you imagine into something you live every single day. In difficult times, the mind becomes crowded. You start thinking of everything at once, every problem, every possibility, every failure, every what if. The noise inside you grows louder than the world around you, and that noise steals time. It scatters your focus and drains your strength. The truth is, complexity doesn't bring power. Simplicity does. When life feels overwhelming, is the moment to step back and ask, what truly matters right now? Not what looks urgent, not what people expect from you, what genuinely carries meaning. Simplifying your focus doesn't make you weaker. It makes your energy sharper, just as light becomes powerful when it's concentrated into a single beam. Your life gains direction when your attention narrows to what's essential. Many people confuse being busy with being productive, fill every hour, chase every opportunity, and lose sight of the few things that truly move them forward. But when you simplify, you take control of time, you stop reacting to everything and start creating intentionally. Every action becomes deliberate, every effort has purpose. Simplicity isn't about doing less for the sake of less. It's about doing only what counts. It's the discipline of choosing clarity over clutter and depth over speed. The more you simplify, the more your time expands, because you are no longer dividing your energy between 1,000 small distractions. Sometimes the hardest part of simplifying is letting go. Letting go of habits that no longer serve you, goals that don't align with your true path, or relationships that constantly drain your focus. When you let go of what's unnecessary, what remains becomes sacred. Your time, your peace, and your purpose start to breathe again. Simplifying also applies to your inner life. You don't need to fix every thought or analyze every emotion. Just observe. Breathe. Let things pass. The more silent your mind becomes, the stronger your awareness grows. In simplicity, motivation finds its voice again, clear and steady. So when everything feels complicated, remind yourself that running through the park, life isn't asking you to do everything. It's asking you to do what matters most. Focus your time, focus your energy, focus your heart, because power is not found in doing more. It's found in doing less, but doing it with full attention and pure intention. Simplicity turns scattered time into sacred time, and in that sacred time, everything begins to transform. Motivation is fragile, rises with excitement and fades with difficulty. One day you feel unstoppable, and the next, even simple tasks feel impossible. That is why true progress can't depend on emotion. Feelings are visitors, they come and go. Discipline, however, is the gatekeeper that stays. When life becomes uncertain, discipline becomes your most loyal friend. Discipline is doing what needs to be done, even when every part of you wants to delay it. It's showing up when no one is watching, when no applause follows, when no instant reward is waiting. The disciplined person doesn't chase motivation, they create motion. Move because movement itself builds strength. In difficult times, emotions can be deceptive. Fear tells you to stop. Doubt whispers that it's not worth it. But discipline doesn't negotiate. It acts. Every time you choose discipline over emotion, you strengthen your inner foundation. That foundation saves time because you no longer waste hours debating with yourself or waiting to feel ready. You simply do what must be done. Think of discipline as a silent rhythm. It's not about intensity. It's about consistency. One small action repeated daily has more power than 100 inspired bursts that fade away. Discipline transforms effort into habit. Habit turns into identity. You no longer try to be disciplined. You simply are. That's when real change begins. Difficult times test this deeply. There will be mornings when you feel heavy, when your thoughts are loud and your motivation seems gone. In those moments, remember that emotion is temporary, but the consequences of inaction are not. Every time you choose to act despite how you feel, you reclaim control over your time. You stop being a victim of circumstance and become a master of your choices. Discipline also brings peace. It removes chaos from your schedule, confusion from your mind, and regret from your heart. You no longer rely on moods to determine your movement. You move with purpose. You begin to trust yourself again because your actions no longer depend on how the day feels. They depend on who you have decided to become. So, when emotions rise and fall like waves, be the rock that stays unmoved. Let discipline carry you through the days when motivation is silent. Because when emotion fades, discipline keeps your time sacred, your mind focused, and your path alive. That is where true strength begins. In a world filled with noise, protecting your inner space is an act of strength. Every day, countless voices demand your attention: social media, opinions, fears, expectations. Without realizing it, your mind becomes crowded with thoughts that are not even your own. And when your inner space is cluttered, your motivation fades. You lose the clarity to see where your time should truly go. Your inner space is like a sacred room within you. It's where your peace lives, where your focus grows, and where your strength renews itself. But when you allow too many people, too many worries, too many distractions to enter, that room becomes chaotic. Silence disappears and confusion takes its place. The truth is, not everyone deserves access to your inner world. Not every thought deserves your attention. To stay motivated in difficult times, you must learn the art of protecting that space. Begin with stillness. Just a few moments of silence each day can rebuild your entire sense of control. In silence, you start to hear the gentle rhythm of your own heart again. You begin to separate what's real from what's noise. Protecting your inner space also means being selective with what you consume. Every word you read, every video you watch, every conversation you entertain, they either add peace or take it away. When you fill your mind with negativity, you drain your time trying to escape its weight. But when you fill it with calm, wisdom, and gratitude, time becomes lighter. You move through the day with quiet confidence instead of scattered energy. You don't need to respond to everything. You don't need to fix everyone. Some situations require silence, not reaction. Protecting your inner space is not isolation. It's alignment. It means you choose peace over chaos, clarity over confusion. Difficult times will always come. But when your inner world is calm, outer storms lose their power over you. You stop reacting and start responding. You use time wisely because your mind is clear. So take care of your space the way you would protect something sacred. Guard your attention like treasure. Spend time in solitude, not to escape the world, but to understand it better. Because when your inner space is protected, your motivation doesn't depend on circumstances. It flows naturally from the peace within. Pain is not the end of your story, it's the beginning of a new one. Every hardship, every disappointment, every loss carries within it the seed of transformation. But that seed only grows when you choose to give it purpose. Most people try to escape their pain, numb it, or deny it. Yet the ones who rise are those who learn to face it, understand it, and turn it into strength. When life hurts, you stand at a crossroad. You can let pain define you, or you can let it refine you. Pain, when left unprocessed, becomes poison, fills your mind with bitterness, and steals your time with regret. But when you meet your pain with awareness, it becomes a teacher. It shows you where you were unprepared, where you lost balance, and where your real power still lies hidden. Pain clarifies what truly matters, burns away illusions, and brings you face to face with truth. When you've been broken, you begin to see the beauty of wholeness differently. You stop wasting time chasing what doesn't last, and you start investing your time in what does. Growth, peace, and purpose. Turning pain into purpose begins with one question: what is this trying to teach me? The moment you ask that, pain loses control over you. It stops being something that happened to you and becomes something happening for you. You start using the lessons to shape your next steps, your habits, and your vision. When you turn pain into purpose, you stop fearing time. Every moment, even the painful ones, becomes valuable because you are learning, transforming, and evolving through them. You realize that what once broke you is now building you. You no longer see setbacks as punishment, but as preparation. Purpose gives pain direction. It turns tears into fuel and wounds into wisdom. Reminds you that strength isn't born from comfort. It's born from endurance. The most powerful people are not those who avoided pain, those who walked through it and came out more aware, more patient, and more grateful. So don't run from your pain. Sit with it. Listen to it. Rise with it. Every scar tells a story, but it's your choice whether that story is about defeat or rebirth. When you turn pain into purpose, you don't just survive, you awaken. And in that awakening, you find the motivation and clarity to use your time as it was meant to be used, not to escape life, but to live it with meaning. In the end, difficult times are not here to destroy you. They are here to reveal you. Every challenge you've faced, every tear you've shed, every silent battle you've fought has been shaping you into someone wiser, stronger, and more aware. The purpose of struggle is not to make you bitter, it's to make you unshakable. When life becomes uncertain, remember what you've learned, accept what is, build systems that keep you moving, simplify your path, choose discipline over emotion, protect your inner peace, and turn every pain into purpose. These are not just lessons, they are the tools that turn time into transformation. Motivation isn't a burst of energy, it's a quiet decision. It's the decision to keep walking even when the road feels endless. Keep showing up even when your heart feels tired, and to keep believing that every season of darkness carries the seed of light. You were not born to quit when things get hard. You were born to rise higher because of them. Every second you live with awareness, every moment you act with intention, you reclaim your time and your destiny. So stand tall, breathe deeply. Look at your challenges not with fear, with faith. Let your life become the proof that difficult times do not define you. They refine you. Because motivation doesn't come from comfort, it comes from courage. And when you live with courage, you don't just survive the hard times. You turn them into your greatest awakening.